Good morning, sixth graders. Welcome to the first full week of May in this fine last full month of school. If I counted right on my calendar, counting today, May 4th, we have 19 days left until we're out, which I know you're excited about that. But anyway, let's go ahead. We'll get started on the English. We're getting closer to the end of chapter 9, which is dealing with our pronouns. Today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the indefinite pronouns. All right, an indefinite pronoun is basically, an indefinite pronoun does not refer to a specific noun. Therefore, it usually appears without the antecedent. And antecedent, just as a reminder for you, I'll put this up above before we move too far along here. So, Jake came to the party. Period. He, so now in this situation, he refers to Jake. All right, so the antecedent for he is Jake. So it's basically a pronoun renames. And that's what I want to make sure we're making the connection to what the antecedent is. So in this case, it doesn't have one. That's basically what an indefinite pronoun means. An indefinite pronoun may be a subject or an object. So in other words, it could be an object, means object of the preposition, direct object, and then it can also be an indirect object. But remember, in order to have, some of you that have asked me that question, in order to have an indirect object, you must have a direct object first. So that is a must. So yeah, don't get those confused, because that's going to cause a little confusion in this chapter. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the examples they give us. And in the book, we're on page 167. I should have said that right away to you. This is page 167 and 168. So what we have is we have the subject, someone. In fact, before we go any further, I want to make sure we get this up too. I almost forgot. I wanted to push this up because I wanted to slide it up to what the indefinite pronouns are. You have the singular form and the plural form. In other words, we have another one of those boxes that are your security boxes you go back and look at. So you have anybody, anyone, anything, each, everybody, everyone, everything, nobody, nothing, someone, something. Those are all singular. Plural, both, few, many, others, and several. So those are all pronouns, but they are all indefinite pronouns. Without these, do not need a reference. They don't need an antecedent. All right, so let's go back to the examples here a little bit, and then we'll move forward with it. First off, we have someone called a few minutes ago. Someone, if I took a look on that list, is a subject, and it is a plural. We have it, if you take a look in the listing where it's located at, it is a singular subject. So this someone, so if you could even change it to a name of a person, but it's, again, you notice the name of the person isn't listed here. So someone, it could be anybody. But again, it's not referring to it, so therefore that's what makes it an indefinite pronoun. In this case, this is in the subject of the sentence. Here it is in the object of the sentence, which means a direct object in this case. She told me something. Receives the action of what she told. So here we have told, what did she tell? Something. Who did she tell something to? Me. So me is also an indirect object. And then you have your subject of your sentence being she. All right, moving on down further. Sliding on down further, we have singular indefinite pronouns include each and words that end with body, one or thing. Plural indefinite pronouns include both, others, few, several, and many. So what they're referring to is if I can slide this up, just partially get it in there. There we go. Singular indefinite pronouns include each. So if you take a look, each, singular. and words that end with body. So look at them all. Anybody, everybody, let's keep, nobody. So those are what you call, in this case, plural, you call those singular indefinite. One or thing. So they end with a body. We said that. One, such as anyone, everyone, someone. All right. And then, I don't know if I said anyone in there, but, and then the last one is thing. Anything, nothing, something, everything. It ends with a thing. So that's what that means. It says ends with a body and ends with a one and ends with a thing. 3 different examples of singular. Plural indefinite pronouns include both, others, and few. So I'll slide this over just a little bit. Both, others, and few. And then they also say several and many. Several and many. So again, and a lot of times this will make sense just by proofreading it if you read it carefully. But again, don't count on it. Follow the rules that we're giving. All right, let's slide this up. A verb must also agree in number with an indefinite pronoun. So that means, here it is. Each of us likes to draw, so that's singular, because it's each. The verb must agree with it in terms of likes. Many of us like to draw. So in other words, the verb loses its S because many is plural. So basically, when you look at it, when it must agree, singular, the verb ends up usually having an S added to it. When it's a plural form, the S is dropped and it's lost. Okay? Indefinite pronouns should not be confused with adjectives. Remember that indefinite pronouns stand alone and do not modify nouns. Okay? Adjectives, several, people, own dogs. All right? Several, if you take a look, this is where the confusion can come in, is there on the plural form. But look, it is modifying. This is telling how many people. So I have a noun. This noun becomes an adjective. It's not a indefinite pronoun when it's modifying a noun. Same thing here. Several own dogs. This is now several talking. It's not modifying. It's not modifying own. Own is not a noun. Owns the verb. So therefore, several is the subject of the sentence. And so therefore, it is a plural subject of the sentence. And so it is going to be an indefinite pronoun. Now, let's kind of walk through the guided practice a little bit. And again, like many of you have been doing, I can clarify. If this is coming across to you as clear as mud, you need to be calling me. Don't make me call you to say when I see things that aren't okay on your English sheet to say, hey, you want to do that again. You need to call if you're not understanding it. I need to hear from you. Okay. Underline the indefinite pronoun in each sentence. Write S if it's singular, P if it's plural. Very simple. Almost everyone was glad about the fall of communism in Russia. All right, so when we have that, you got to have S if it's singular. Everyone. Almost everyone. So we're taking a look at the list. If you take a look at your list, where does everyone fall into? It's a singular. And again, you might want to do this before you view the rest of the video so you can practice it on your own. After the Iron Curtain lifted in 1991, everything changed. So here's our little indefinite pronouns. Now we got to decide everything. It is in the singular category, so we give it an S. All right. Among the working class, few wanted communism. All right. So here's few. Few, it means a group, so therefore we have plural. So we put a P in the line. Now, taking a look at the next section. Underline twice the correct verb for each sentence. What I'll probably do in the computer, I'll probably give you a multiple choice of these. A and B, which one fits? All right, now, we have many So if you take a look at the word many, many is plural, so that means the verb, we have the verb singular, which is worship. Because it doesn't need this, because this is plural. Several of the churches are decorated with colored domes. Okay, several, if you take a look where several is at, several plural. And we have the verb are. Okay. I should be underlining that twice, sorry about that. Number 6, both of my grandmothers send or sends Bibles to missionaries in Russia. All right, so we have both of my grandmothers send or sends Bibles to missionaries in Russia. All right, now we have both, so therefore we have the verb send. I forgot to underline it twice. Now again, most of these are you can proofread these and get these without even second guessing yourself. But again, if you're in doubt of those, please ask. Because first you got to identify singular, or excuse me, you got to identify the singular versus plural in each one, how the pronoun's being used. All right, hope that goes well. Give me a call if you have a question. Thanks a lot.